Welcome to episode 144 of Outside the Circle, a podcast dedicated to new and upcoming country artists, musicians, and songwriters. Today's guest will be Amy Jane Williams, lead singer of the Six Gun Sally Band. We'll get to her in a little bit, but first, I'm Ronnie. Here's Brian.
It's happening, man. Yeah, it's been a while. I don't know. People might hear it, but we went through an entire sickness just in time for allergy season. So it's really life's been really kicking ass over here in the Hopkins world. And but yeah, man. No, it's been a while since we released, and I think we've all had our turn at getting sick and dealing with other things. But no, I'm happy to be back, and this is another good episode.
Yeah. We'll just jump right to the fact that it'll only be you in this interview with Amy Jane. Because I was sick. It's kind of wild that I could seriously count on one hand the amount of times I've been sick in my adult life. And since now being fully invested, fully around 3-year-olds and the daycare germs and all of that, I've been sick consistently since October. And yeah, no, it's been good. Funny enough, I as we record this, we're in the week of my birthday, and I was sick on my birthday. So
Yeah.
we went celebrated, and I was sick then too. So I finally feel somewhat better. There might be a few coughs here and there, but yeah, it's wild that this season, the weather back and forth. But yeah, no, I'm glad we're back. We did a couple of interviews in the I guess in the bullpen or in the on deck circle, ready to go. So we're gonna hit the ground running here, and I think not to jump too far ahead, but we've usually always taken some time in the summer, mostly with my schedule, but I think a lot of my situations have changed. Still the same job, but being where I am now, so much closer, I think we'll be able to squeeze a few summer episodes in as well. So yeah, kind of just I feel like we're here, we're ready. It's springtime and we're ready to rock and roll here.
Yeah, man, I definitely missing the podcast, missing the conversations, and talking to these artists. So, yeah, I'm glad we're back, and I'm glad we're hitting the ground running.
Cool. All right. So yeah, let's just jump right into to our interview or your interview really with Amy Jane, and we'll hear what she's got to say.
All right, everyone. We are here today with singer-songwriter Amy Jane Williams of the Six Gun Sally Band. Welcome to Outside the Circle, Amy. It's glad to have you.
Thank you. Hello.
Yeah, so I mean, we kind of start this whole thing off right from the beginning, as cliche and as that sounds. But where are you from? Where did you come from? And how important was music growing up?
My dad was a musician, so it's always been there. Oddly enough, I'm from Pittsburgh, PA, and that's where I'm at actually right now. Six Gun Sally's from Pittsburgh. I moved all the way to Nashville from Pittsburgh to strike it big and make it right back to Pittsburgh because I moved in with the songwriter for Six Gun Sally. I moved to Nashville and he has been the songwriter for Six Gun, and that's how I ended up getting the gig and coming back up here to tour with them. But yeah, my dad's a musician and was raised on those golden oldies, all the stuff that was way before my time. I was raised on that. So it's fitting that we're doing this Southern rock deal now.
Well, actually, that kind of brings me. So was it Southern rock and stuff that you were listening to?
Yes, as well as the Motown. Dad was really into Skinner and all them growing up. Allman Brothers. Yeah, I've been hearing it my whole life. So yeah.
Amazing. And then, all right, so your move to Nashville, was it country focused, or were you still you were staying in that vein of classic rock or country rock? Sorry.
Yeah, no, I love all genres, and I did have a country album before, so I like country and rock. But I just wanted to move down there and get better at my craft, and I learned to play guitar down there. I didn't really know how to play much, and now I play my own solo shows around town, and travel and do that. That's all I wanted to do. Something about moving there and just being around all the energy. I was able to learn, and I worked on Broadway for 4 years downtown, and that was like rock and roll boot camp. So and it got my voice in check because the songs I sing with Six Gun Sally are really challenging. I mean, they are up there. So I had to move to Nashville for four years and get that under my belt, get that training, you know.
All right. Well, was there ever a time that you can remember, like that aha moment or something that you knew music was going to be the thing that you were going after, you were going to follow?
I mean, it's what I wanted to do since I was younger. I became a showgirl like when I was 18, and I went to different exotic clubs. I'm very open about it. That's what I did. I always wanted to be a singer, but I became a dancer instead. I toured with Kid Rock and Motley Crue and Rob Zombie. I was on stage with them as a dancer, but I wanted to do what they were doing. Like I wanted to be the singer. I wanted to be the performer. I wanted to be the rock star. I just kept using all my hard-earned showgirl cash to go into the studio and write songs. And I was a songwriter. And I remember the producer was like, you're a good songwriter, but singing is not your forte. So I just kept doing it every day until I got better, because I always just wanted to. It was like something that I wasn't naturally good at when I was little, but I really wanted to because my dad was. And if you want something bad enough and you do it every day, you will get better. You'll be able to,
No, I think that's great. And there's something to be said about that too, where, a lot of people that they're like, I can't sing. There's no way I can do that. But it's a muscle, and you can grow it, and you can,
Yeah.
and you can make it, there's, tuning for the ears, to hear what you're singing. I was always like a flat singer. So, and once I started to, start singing and everything, it was more my hearing, right? I was just hearing it flat, and then I would sing flat all the time.
Yeah.
And it took me a couple of lessons.
Oh, yeah, that's what he thought. He thought it was my hearing. I wasn't hearing it right. Yeah, you have to train your ear, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So once that kind of happens, then you start hearing, oh, that's the note I should be on, not a half step under it or whatever. But
Those are the aha moments when I'm like, I get it now. If I could learn to sing harmonies, like background, I'm not great at harmonies and background vocals. That's my I have jealousy for anybody who can just pick up a harmony like that. I want so badly to do that because it feels good when you catch it.
yeah. Yeah, we call that lead singer syndrome when you
Yes, I always go to the lead, man. Yeah. I was thinking LSD, lead singer's disease. Whenever we don't want to carry shit, right? Like, oh, they got LSD. Maybe think of that.
Yeah, no, I grew up doing I sang in like the quartets and choirs and stuff through school. And then so I was really good at singing harmonies. I still love to sing harmony though. There is something cool about it, right? When you can,
it's like you catch it and you feel it like a train whistle, and it just, the feeling of it when you're getting that, I don't know. It's good. It's a groove.
No, I love that. Well, you talked about songwriting, and I'd love to dive into it. Is there what's that process look like? Do you draw inspiration? Do you write every day? What's your thing?
I don't write every day. Honestly, I write when I get emoted with a melody, usually. Like the melody comes in with like sort of a lyric, and I just write around that. Like if I feel it. And that doesn't happen every day. I have sat down in songwriting sessions that, I'll just sit down and we'll try to write a song or surrounding something. And usually I come out with something. But no, it's definitely, I write like, I'm the songwriter of my life, like the things I'm passionate about. It's just pretty much when I get struck with it.
Yeah.
But the song for Six Guys, they put a song that I wrote on their album, and that like was super cool. I wrote it. I was really pissing my husband off big time. I was just being a total bitch. And I was like, oh shit, I think I might have did it this time. I'm going to scare this one away. And so it's called Don't Be Done, and it's on the album. And I wrote it, and I'm like, this doesn't sound like something that I really want to release under my style, but I just loved the song. It was so passionate. I got struck with melody. I'd been up for 2 days, and sometimes when you're awake a long time, you like get, struck with something. Your brain is on overdrive. But they put that one on there, and I freaking love it. It fits the Southern rock vibe and everything. So that was cool that they let me put one of those on there, because the album was already written for me, But
no, that's good. And there's something to be said too about the authenticity of a songwriter of that, that, you know, isn't just writing every day, right? It's kind of hard to just be that authentic when you're writing every single day.
Yeah.
When it's like when it's a job. Now, not saying that there's not great songwriters that can do that, right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
They make a great living. But you know, I'm kind of in the same way. Like I'll go months without writing a single thing down, you know, and then all of a sudden something will click and you'll be like, oh man, that's it. And then it's just word vomit, right? You're just like,
It feels good when you get it too. It's like, I feel like it's a divine intervention sometimes. Like it comes from some other place outside of me. So
Right.
yeah, it's cool.
One of the coolest things that we heard was like, you know, they say songwriters, you have higher antennas, right? So you pick up more on, like, you know, you can see like, you know, whatever, a couple arguing at a cafe, say, and but you're not just seeing two people, like you're seeing the body language, you're seeing how they look at each other, you know, you're seeing all those little things versus just like, oh, that's just two people fighting, you know.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. And you know, we're gonna go to one of the songs, but you know, how does, you kind of touched on it, but how does songwriting fit in like a band setting? Does everybody kind of come together in that band, or do you guys kind of like pitch?
Well, in this particular, the song that's on there, I'd written prior, and I just brought it to Ford Thurston, who is the writer on a lot of, like, pretty much all those songs on the album. He's at least a co-writer on. But anyways, I brought it to him, and that melody stayed the same. But yeah, we just came together on this new single called "Stay," that we all wrote together. Dave Barb, who's the founder of Six Gun Sally, him, and then Ford and I, and we all had a different vision, and we kind of came together, and the song turned out so much better than any of us could have planned, because all three of us, it was a really cool process, and I was nervous about it because I write alone usually. Like my idea, like that's kind of it. I do some co-writes, but this was like three people, and it was so cool. It was like none of us would have gotten this project on our own, and whenever we do it live, it's like one of our best songs we do live. So I can't wait to release that. That did happen for the first time. So I'm looking forward to more of it. But it's not like all seven of us. There's a huge band. It's Dave Barb primarily. He's the founder and one of the drummers in the band. We have a drumming team, but yeah.
Which is crazy.
He's the boss, right? He's the boss man. So yeah.
No, I dig it. And you know, it's smart. There's people that are good at what they do, and I like that the you know, the others are, you know, like we're players, man. Let's just get it going, and you know, you tell us what to do and we do it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a sign of a true pro too, you know, someone that can call that. But all right, I mean, we talked enough about it. You want to intro one of the songs, then we'll get into it afterwards.
Is Stand Up the one you want to intro? Yeah. Okay. I know Ford Thurston's a writer on this one, and I really I love the end of this song. So this is one of the greatest songs to do live. It's really fun. It's about standing up, getting your feet back on the ground, and getting back to what you I shouldn't say. Let's see. It's yeah. Okay. So relationship that's just kind of gotten a little frustrating, and you just want to show them what you got, because you're just like, yeah. They're your rock that you were leaning on. Now you're hiding under them. So you're getting out from underneath this rock of a person, and you're getting your shit back together. So yeah, that's Stand Up. I was getting it confused with Fast Train. Fast Train and Stand Up on the album have similar, what's the word I'm looking for? Same top. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we'll throw it on and we'll dive into it.
All right. Yeah, Stand Up.
Well, I've been living in the shadow of your presence, and now it's time for change, time to claim my independence. Well, it's hard, baby, never easy to leave your past behind. Well, I've made up my mind, gonna make a new start, gonna stand up, put my feet back on
All right, so let's talk about Stand Up. What was the inspiration behind that song and making it the single of the album?
I think that, well, Ford, like I said, he's the writer behind that one. I could totally get in with the lyrics. Like I could totally understand and feel those lyrics, but he was probably writing it from coming out of a relationship and getting his act back together. I know he had a breakup there. It was pretty devastating. So that was him. Like I can't tell you much about like the background because that came from him, but I can definitely say that I feel those lyrics, and I know what it's like to just Netflix and chill with somebody so much that you just lose yourself, you know? that's I think that's I don't know, at least that's what I think. I'm married and sometimes my husband and I can just get too comfortable, and then comfort's no good. You got to stay uncomfortable so you can be on top of your shit.
No, that's some good stuff. I'm also married, but no, I like this song. I like this song a lot. It has a lot of meaning to it, and I think there's a lot of folks that probably need to hear something like this of realizing maybe a little bit of self-worth, and that they can get out from whatever kind of situation that they're obviously they're not right in, or just doesn't feel good anymore, or something like.
Yeah, you can make it right. You got to make it right. You got to get your independence back. It's like a anti-codependent song, if you will. So that's always good. And I couldn't write something like that. See, my style of writing is a little bit more vulnerable. Was able to write some really empowering songs like Fast Train and Stand Up. So I love singing them live. I love it. It was weird because when I just joined this band June of 2024, so the album had been written and I was just going to show up and sing. And luckily I can connect with I couldn't sing anything if I didn't like it. You know what I mean? I just couldn't imagine owning that and putting my voice on the record and performing it live. But because everything I do, I usually write myself. I'm very biased that way. I like to write what I sing. But this was like totally like, it was great. It was like, this is what I want to write. Like I want more empowering music like that. So yeah.
No, I love it. And, I always talk about the production side of it. And I think it was produced so good too. On top of that, the recording side of it has that really cool, like just driving country song, sound to it, which I like. But yeah, man, what a cool song that was. And, this is the title track of the sophomore album. So that is coming out, man, by the time this comes out, like in a week, so March 14th. What else can you tell us a little bit more about that album and what we're in for?
Yeah, well, there's some covers on there. I got to sing two covers that I really love. Secondhand News has a song called Secondhand News. Fleetwood Mac has a song called Secondhand News. It's about breakup sex, straight up. That's what it is. Do you know have you heard it before?
Well, and I know a lot of Fleetwood Mac, but I don't know this song.
It's okay because I hadn't heard it. I'm going to be very honest. I mean, Fleetwood Mac's a little before my time. I'm 42, right? So, and I do cover Fleetwood Mac songs, but I've never heard this one. You have to hear it. It's number 11 on the album and I love it. It's just so fun to sing. Yeah. And that is fun. And then Boys of Summer, everybody knows that song. So Don Henley, I got to do that. There's another singer in the band, Al Granis, and we're like so opposite. Like he's got this Molly Hatchet voice, very, I can't do it. And then there's me with mine, and it's like it's the versatility really, it just works. I don't know how it works, but it does. So he's got some covers on there. Driving My Life Away by Eddie Rabbitt. I love that. That's like one of my favorite tracks on there. So there's some covers in addition to the originals. And I wrote number 9. It's called Don't Be Done. It is my favorite song on the track. I'm not going to lie. I love the way they took my idea and just put that Six Gun Sally swag on it. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And the, when it comes to, like you said, that Six Gun Sally swag, what does a live show look like? I mean, we see here that, they've either you or, the whole band is, shared stage with, Leonard Skinner and Marshall Tucker Band. But what is that swagger and what does the performance look like?
It's great, dude. So much energy. Like I've never rocked harder than I do with these old guys. No, I'm just kidding. They're not old. I tease them. They're older than me. I am the baby of the band, but they're so talented, man. I can't. And our keyboard player might be my favorite. He's always smiling. He's just got this grin and this cowboy hat, this solid look. Everybody gets, they're all friends. They've all been friends, they grew up together. So they all like, screw with each other, call each other slap dick and all that. You know what I mean? Like they're like children, but they're all older than me. But you know what I mean? So there's just lots of smiles, lots of like, but they get it, man. They rock. Jeff Yeckel on guitar. I mean, he dresses very well and he rips, man. And I really vibe off of him. He sings a lot of backup with me. So he harmonizes with me. I don't know. I could go on and on. I love every single one of them and the energy is there. Like everybody enjoys it. You're not going to go to this show and be bored. I'll tell you that. And they bring the best out of me. I'm Sally when I'm up there. I am Amy Jane Williams and I am soloist. I have a solo career too, but when I'm with them, I'm Sally and they bring like the rock and roll out of me for sure. So I love it. Opening for Skinner, you know what I mean? How cool is that?
I got to hang with those dudes once, and it was a wild thing to.
Did you hang with like old Skinner?
It was. I mean, it wasn't pre plane crash, but
Right. Okay, yeah, that would have been a long time ago. I were alive then.
This was no, geez, this had to have been maybe 12 years ago, I would say.
Was Rosington still with them then? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Well, Artemis. Did you meet Artemis Pyle? Was he there or no? I'm not sure. See, I don't know when everybody passed away or because like I said, this is before my time music. I don't keep up that much, but I know that Artemis is he's the only one that's still surviving. He's the only surviving member of that band. And we tour with him too. We tour with him. He's got his own band. It's awesome.
Yeah.
That's all I know about them. But go ahead. Anyways, back to your Skinner hang.
I remember, so they were, I forget who was opening for who, but it was them and Hank Williams, Jr. And a buddy of mine was playing drums for Hank. And so what a wild night. I remember I've never been in a concert that was so loud before in my life. I mean, we were only like, whatever, 5 rows, 6 rows in, but it was the only concert I actually had to like step out and like rest my ears, being an audio engineer, got to like hear these.
Yeah, get protected.
And yeah, so I remember
They've all been doing it for so long, they can't hear it anymore. They got to crank it up. Yeah. My band is loud too. We're loud at practice. Yeah. We're a little too, yeah.
That's awesome. And so as we kind of like wind this down, is there anything coming down the line you want to touch on, but yourself or the band and stuff?
Well, we definitely need some Instagram followers. There's Six Gun Sally band. No, sorry, not band music. We're Six Gun Sally music on Instagram, not the one that says band. We're trying to get that off. So if you can, we need some followers, and you can see everywhere that we're going this year. Our CD release parties in our hometown on the 15th, our CD album release party, whatever. We do have CDs though. People still buy those. Yeah, and we have a nice tour coming up, so check us out. I mean, we definitely need more followers. We're not really hot in the social media zone yet. But we do have a great tour and we're working a lot, but we definitely need some more traction there. So
yeah, well, we will do everything we can to point people in y'all's direction. And the biggest thing, and Ronnie was the same way. And when we started this podcast is in a world of like where you got to try to, get numbers and stuff. Mm-hmm. I feel like if your product is good and you're doing it right, like it's gonna come, right? It's just like, it's just not, a lot of people think that it's going to happen so quickly. And I think you guys got something going on that's cool. It's different and it's going to be really great. And I think, the followers and all that is going to it's going to happen, right? It's just going to work out. Again,
well, look, I'm doing this right now. This is how it's working out, reaching people with my new friend, Brian from Jersey, New York.
So, you mentioned the Instagram page. You guys got a website that they can follow on, and check out the tour and where you guys.
SixGunSallyBand.com is the website, and yeah, there's a tour on there, and it's more dates are popping up as like every day. So
Awesome. Amy, thank you so much for coming on Outside the Circle with me tonight.
thank you, Brian. Nice to meet you.
All right, so that was our interview with Amy Jane, and yeah, Brian once again killing it on the solo interviews, and good conversation. You know, we talk about the authenticity, the I guess the deep diving that we do into artists' lives, and you know, Amy was no stranger, no you know, well, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know, but very open and honest, and you know, kind of telling her story there, and it was cool to see where she was and where she is and where she's going.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. Yeah, the passion that she has for music, you know, in general is just, you know, she works so hard at her vocals, you know, her songwriting and everything. She just, like she said, she did it every single day. And that type of hard work is admirable, right? You know, it's something that we definitely appreciate, and it pays off. And you know, as we could see, you know, her stepping up as the lead singer for Six Gun Sally, and really doing some cool stuff. I mean, really doing some cool rock songs, and doing some cool covers, I guess, in the album and everything. So no, that's good.
Yeah, and I know there was kind of some mention in and around the interview about you know, kind of being a solo artist as well. So definitely keeping herself busy, and it's good, it's cool to see, and like you said, it's good to see the hard work, and you know, for all the I don't want to say younger, but the newer folks to doing anything in life. You're not getting anywhere if you don't put the work in, and she's proof of that.
Yeah. No, man, it was definitely fun, and definitely want to thank Amy Jane for coming on Outside the Circle. Make sure you go and follow the Six Gun Sally band over on all their social media and music listening platforms. We'll leave you with another track from Six Gun Sally, Backwards.
Let's go. I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna throw it down. I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna two-step through this town where they raise me. We're a little bit different. You can't change me. Out of dirty farmer jeans and my t-shirt. Little bit backwards. Lord knows you got a story to tell. A little bit backwards. We praise Jesus, but still raise hell. Let go of all the things that you may have heard. Yeah, I'm a little bit backwards. Trouble's on my mind, and the wells are running dry. I gotta find a resolution when I find the time. Hair undone and life's a test. Throw it all up and say, bless this mess. Do what you gotta do, baby, strut on through. If you know, then you know. If you know, then you know. Come on, step up and show me. I'm a little bit backwards. Lord knows you got a story to tell. A little bit backwards. We praise Jesus, but still raise hell. Let go of all the things that you may have heard. Yeah, I'm a little bit backwards. Let go of all the things that you may have heard. If you're feeling like me, oh, just say the word. I'm a little bit backwards. Lord knows you got a story to tell. A little bit backwards. We praise Jesus, but still raise hell. Let go of all the things that you may ever